I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. If Naziah Harris is still alive, then why is she still hiding? Why would Jarvis take the red rum? Salute to the replay gang. Salute to all of my moderators and salute to the chat. I hope everyone is doing wonderful on this day. Now, this is the question. Well, these are the two questions that those that believe that Naziah Harris is deceased, this is the two questions that they ask. Whenever we talk about it's a possibility that Naziah is alive, when those such as the evangelists and others make mention that Naziah ran away, this is the $1 million question. And I believe that it's a good question. All right. If she's still alive, then why is she still hiding? Some people feel like Shank. She's 13 years old, 14 years old. It's no way in the world that a young teenager is going to keep quiet all of this time, especially with social media around. And I gotta honestly say, I agree. That's a good observation. Glory Girl says, I also have that question for those that think she's alive. I'll drop the link. If anybody wants to come up on the panel with me, feel free to join me on the panel. I see you, Sagittarius. I see everybody in the chat. And I think this is a good question. All right. A great question. I often wonder why there's no need to hide anymore. But I don't think she still is. Because here's the thing. Naziah didn't do anything wrong. It's not like she's hiding because she's wanted for a crime. The only charge that they possibly could give her, they couldn't even give her lying to law enforcement. Why? Because Naziah isn't the one that placed the 911, well, not the 911 call, but Naziah isn't the one that made the report. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong. They couldn't get Naziah of no charge. What crime did she commit? Running away is not a crime. What country is Frank from? That's where she is. And that's a good point. Good question. I don't know what country Frank is from, but it's a strong possibility that she's with Frank. All right. I'm going to welcome JJ to the panel, and let's hear JJ's opinion on this. JJ, turn your mic. Connect your mic and your cam. JJ. I got you backstage, but you'll have to connect your mic and your cam. And once again, the channel is a non-biased channel. This channel allows for different points of views to be heard. Respect the channel like you would want others to respect yours. Enjoy the content. It's okay to disagree with what you hear. That's fine. But let's just be respectful. Let's not do any name calling. Let's just learn to agree to disagree. All right? So while I wait for my guest, JJ, to connect, I'll read a few more comments. I think she would hide because she wanted more than anything to get out of that hellhole I'm not saying she is, but if I were her, I would stay hiding because nobody cared before it was exposed. And that's a good point. Uh, let's welcome JJ. JJ, the panel is all yours.
Salute, salute. How y'all doing today?
We're doing wonderful.
I've been following the case, and I just wanted to, come up here and just say, in my opinion, you know, uh, we talked about the love and unconditional love, and the relationship those two shared. I don't believe that they could they were fixated. I guess they really like. I feel like, in my opinion, Jarvis loved her, and I feel like Naziah loved Jarvis. She had him saved in her phone under Bay for Life. I just don't see, and it was like his Jarvis's fixation. He was a predator. So like, why would he, I don't think he killed her either, or my bad, unalived her. But that was his fixation. Like the texts were nonstop, all the time. Like he was pulling up to the school and she was going out the back door, like getting in the car with him, like so. I don't think he unalived her. I think he might have helped, but I don't think that they could stay away from each other's energy if she was in hiding, if you know what I mean.
Yes, yes.
So that, in my opinion, that's just my opinion, and I wanted to say that. But I don't think she's still here. I don't think she's hiding, and she is a teenager. And if she did have the baby, again, the baby, how can it would be hard to be in hiding as a teenager, as well as a newborn baby and no money, and who, and again, this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. Um, so yeah.
I agree with you.
Okay, okay, okay. And
I agree. It's
no, you go ahead.
no, you can finish, JJ. My bad. You finish.
No, I go ahead. No, I.
Okay. And it does sound good, and I believe we all would be rooting for her if she did run away. We all would be like, yes, because as the evangelist said, and I believe the evangelist when he said that, those kids were always talking about, getting out of there. Let's go to that text message that Naziah, the text messages. I want to come and live with you. I believe that she really meant that when she told Jarvis, I want to come and live with you. Also, when she said, I ain't going to never get out of this hellhole. In my opinion, when it comes to Naziah, I believe that she didn't get the love that she yearned for. She didn't get that love that she needed. And the reason why, and this is just my opinion, the reason why she didn't get that love is because I feel that Miss Annette and Shannon, I can't speak about Marquita, but I think that she didn't get that love from Miss Annette and Shannon because of the animosity, the feelings, the ill feelings that Miss Annette and Shannon had towards Lady. And I think the reason that those feelings, the animosity that Shannon and Lady may have had towards, Shannon and Miss Annette may have had towards Lady, if some of it stemmed from things that Lady probably done to them. Now, I'm not saying that there wasn't no just straight jealousy on Shannon and Annette's part, but we got to remember, Lady was addicted to drugs. And let's just be honest. That's what addicts do. Addicts um, do things that they shouldn't do towards family members. And some family members, they just can't get past that. So when it
Absolutely.
comes to, okay, you want to come back in if you want to. Come on, JJ.
No, I definitely agree. The animosity was definitely there. I seen pictures and this couple, TikToks, and it's just the body language, and like you see there, you can find pictures of all the or videos or pictures of gatherings for all these other shorties, but none for
Yep.
Naziah. And we still have
Nope.
yet to see a tear drop from any single one of them. We have seen Shannon post on the internet that she doesn't give a F about Naziah. Quit bugging her. She got her kids, own kids to worry about. Annette, the grandmother who adopted her by law. That is by law your child now. She said, I'm going to get my kids in Zanaya. Like, that is your child. You know
That's
what I'm
facts.
saying? That's your child, madame. Like, that's your child. I'm confused. And I do believe Miss Lady was beautiful. And if you look at her now, like you said, she was a recovering or not. I mean, she was a DA, and it took over. There's allegations. They're calling her Larry on the internet. She's got no hair. She's bald. She's very, she was beautiful. And then I seen a group picture of the two big back oars and the grandma and Kenyatta, and she stood out. You know what I'm saying? And then the stuff that happened with Charles, the stepfather, and then of course, I mean, and look at Naziah. Her spirit right now is rocking the nations. Okay, and I can't imagine what it was like. She was her, and no one was going to stop her from being that vibrant, that joyful noise in the room. And Wicked does not like that. So I definitely agree with you there, and it's so sad. I love cases, and this case I've been following since the beginning. Since I remember when I woke up in March, and I was so upset, and we've been waiting since March, and I'm just ready for justice, and I know she'll get it, but it's so sad. I'm, again, not a tear still. I've cried listening to you guys, reading the transcripts, and I went on field trips. I live in Detroit. I live 13 minutes from the shop on Connors. I've done field, like when I, just to see, just to look, and I want to kind of go just so I can look them in their eyes, because sometimes we want to understand, but we never will, you know.
That's
And
fact.
I'm just so sorry for that little girl and that family. Diabolical. And it's just, we got to do better. We got to do better.
That's facts. And from any of you all that knows the Shanquella Robinson case with the frenemies that went to Mexico with her, there were some animosity that those frenemies had towards Shanquella. Shanquella was the brightest one out of everybody. Shanquella had it going on. So the envy were there. That
Right.
envy was there. And we all know it always seems like the brightest star in the room is always the one that falls victims to those that are on demon time. When I go back to that video when Miss Annette was cussing at them in the morning, right before she took them to school, and then after she finished cussing at them, she said, let's pray. When you look at Naziah, the whole time, nobody never mentioned Naziah. Nobody never said nothing to Naziah. Naziah was as far as clothing, Naziah was what the other children should have been, as far as being neat and being ready. And when you look at Naziah's videos, the video when you see her attempting to make her own clothes, she was outcast. She was Cinderella in that family. So, and also shout out to Cold Piece, because Cold Piece done a demonstration. Remember when they went to Disney Land, I believe, or even Disney World. Somebody correct me. But when they went to Disneyland, remember they took, who birthday was it? I can't remember which one of the kid's birthday it was. But notice they didn't take Naziah to Disneyland or Disney World with them.
No, they did not.
And at the birthday party with the evangelist recording, Naziah wasn't there. Nobody, and of course we don't know what was going on, but why did nobody mention Tudor? Hey, Tudor, come on down here. We getting ready to sing happy birthday. Tudor, come on down here. But Naziah was there, but Naziah wasn't in the video, in the party. She was outcast.
Right. You know that saying that, oh, my bad.
No, go ahead, JJ. Go ahead.
That saying, and she was young, but even if she was in that room full of people, she was all alone. She was all alone. And yep. Again, when it comes to the school, she was all alone. Like, for that woman to call on a panel and admit that the whole school knew she was pregnant. What? When? Where did this start? What? Just like, it's okay. That is not okay. Like,
it's not.
And then you're just gonna call and just talk about it like it's just the new end. Like, what? And I'm sure you're still employed at that school. But that just, to me, that is what I'm scared. I'm kind of scared for our future a little bit, because like, you can't go to the prosecutor or get on the stand and say that, but you can come on a panel and say that and call. I'm confused. But you cared about her so much.
And then we got to remember Vari, her brother. Her brother was running away. Now, her brother's older. So, once again, these are feelings that her and her brother have. We as adults, if we are in a room with people, if we're around folks, we know when we are wanted in whatever atmosphere we're in. She knew as well. It just didn't fit right with them. Once again, now the kids, her cousins and them, they love Naziah. Her cousins, they love Vari. They were the older ones and they looked up to them. When you see them in videos and pictures, her cousins, they love them. They loved them. However, the adults didn't. And I gotta call a spade. And that Shannon and Marquita, okay, when it came time to Naziah, Janiyah working up at that shop, it's no way in the world that they should have allowed Naziah and Janiyah to be working up at that shop. Jarvis, let me finish real quick, JJ. Jarvis' explanation for them working up at the shop was he didn't want to give them things free. He just didn't want to give them, because they were always asking Jarvis for things. So Jarvis wanted to show them how to earn things instead of every time you turn around, they asking for money and he's giving it to them. In my opinion, I think that was a great method of Jarvis doing it. However, being as though Naziah and Janiyah are girls, I don't think that atmosphere fit them. And I just think that Jarvis could have been, well, even though I do want them to work, I want to show them that nothing comes free, but I can't have them up here at the shop around all these men, and I can't have them up here. They're girls. Even though there are a lot of girls that are mechanics, there are a lot of females that get dirty. However, I feel like Miss Annette, Shannon, and Marquita should have never allowed them to be up at that shop working. Now, back to the main point that we are here for. If Naziah is still alive, then why is she still hiding? Or, and then I'm going to let you come in, JJ, or maybe she's in plain sight. Once again, the evangelist said it to us. He said, Naziah is right in our face. Come on in, JJ.
I definitely want just one more part in with the evangelist and everything. If she again, in my opinion, again, if she was alive, what, like the evangelist, why are all these people that are coming on these platforms trying to cover this ish up so hard? Just look at why are y'all trying to defend? You don't have to defend truth. You know what I'm saying? You get what I mean? Like, why? Why do you have to come to justify anything? If it, truth doesn't have to be justified, and they're all telling us with their actions alone how many how big of liars they are. Just that alone to me shows giving that she's not still here with us. Um, and again, she already did tell CPS that what was going on. She tried to speak to CPS. She tried to voice her concerns. She tried, and they didn't listen. She was a very voiceful and very, again, the video, the Bonnie and Clyde, the couple of them videos. She was taught. We all know she was singing to Shannon.
Hmm.
Oh, at the stable of horses.
I gotta slide in, y'all. I gotta put the chat on punishment and make sure y'all thank Miss Belinda, because Miss Belinda wants to start early. So here's the infamous picture of Jarvis' stable of women. Once again, you all have Miss Belinda to thank for the chat being on punishment. Let my second guest, Sean, slide in. Come on, Sean.
Hey, salute, Shank, Miss Parker, chat. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Um, this is just me. I if Naziah is still here, she's somewhere where she cannot be exposed,
Mm,
if this makes any sense. Because what's gonna happen is if she's allowed, like someone mentioned, how kids be on social media and you know out and about, it will expose other people. It's going to tell the truth. We only know the half of this.
mhm. That's true.
That's just me. We only know the half. I believe that Jarvis and Zanaya planned her runaway, probably in person, not on text. Get what I'm saying? Because it wasn't even told in court about her running away. As far as, let me backtrack. The day she disappeared, when she supposedly met up with him, it was told to erase a number. I can't remember if it was erase her number or erase his number. To me,
That's
that
true.
sounded like they already planned it. She knew what she was getting ready to do. And she trusted Jarvis. She trusted the hell out of that man. I mean, that guy, because he ain't no man because of the stuff he was doing. But she trusted him enough to do, to run away with him because that's where she wanted to be. She was in love with him. That girl, she was 13 at the time. So in her mind, what he was doing to her and for her, she looked at that as love,
That's
not
true.
manipulation. He was not in love with that girl. He saw that he could manipulate. He's a master manipulator. So he had exactly what he wanted. And what I must say this on what you said about the girls going up to his shop. He already, a manipulator is going to, they're very observant. So he see that their mama, his kid's mother, she got she already stated anyway that she let them kids do whatever they want to do, long as they get their homework done. You remember her saying that?
That's facts. That's facts.
So it's a thing where she already knew what type of person he was. She either was sweeping all that under the rug to say, no, he not doing that because the kids haven't come forth to say anything, or she didn't care. She didn't care what he was doing. There's nowhere in the world, Shank, that I'm gonna let my daughter's father take her anywhere at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hell no.
That's straight. That's right.
And she definitely ain't going up to no shop to clean up. When you got a son,
Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate this super sticker, Nikki. Appreciate the super sticker, Charlotte.
but honestly, a part of me does feel like she may, still be here. But then another part of me does feel like she may not. We will know soon. We will.
Cause let's say, okay, come on, JJ. I seen you coming in. Come on, JJ.
I just want to say one last thing. In my opinion, too, the one victim that got on the stand that said, I've been new. I've been new before the world knew. Like so we don't, in my opinion, again, like, there always is that possibility. Why would she say why, like, like what, but again, what did she know? Like that the essay part or the Redrum part, she didn't really elaborate. But I definitely I hope that would be great if she is still here. But again, my opinion, I think Naziah is no longer with us. I can't wait to find out. Salute everybody. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna drop down, and I appreciate you guys for listening to my opinion, because again, our opinions are just opinions. And thank you, Shank, for all the covering. And you guys have a blessed day. Salute.
Appreciate you, Appreciate you, JJ. Let's give it up for JJ. Also, let's give all the new subscribers a warm welcome. Miss Lady is a new subscriber to the platform. So all new subscribers, let us know if you are new over here, and everybody in the chat. Let's give everybody that's new a warm welcome. Now, what I was going to say was this: when it comes to if Naziah is still alive, then why is she hiding? Well, okay.
Because it would expose. If she come out, Shank, this is just me. If she comes forth, she is going to tell everything. Because it's going to be more than just Jarvis. You get what I'm saying?
Stay right there. Stay right there, Sean.
Okay.
Now, let's say, that those that do have her, okay, wouldn't it be more safer if those that have her go ahead and unalive her? That way they don't have to worry about her exposing what needs to be exposed. What are your thoughts on that?
That would it would make sense. But again, we don't know the half. I
And
truly
that's
believe that he did not unalive her. Why? Because he done did it to too many kids. So why would he start with her?
and,
We don't,
and let
we
me
don't,
just
go ahead.
let me just slide in now, because she did try to expose Jarvis to CPS, but nothing happened. Now, listen to the evangelist. Naziah is smart. Naziah is
Mhm.
intelligent. And I believe him. Let's look at her videos. She was always, creative. She was making her own clothes. So she wasn't, in my opinion, she wasn't your typical 11, 12, or 13-year-old child.
Right,
Now,
because of her surroundings.
right, let me just land this plane. Now, in my opinion, she did come forward and I gotta say this to y'all, and I hope I don't go way off a point, but I gotta say this. Now, this is what I've been trying to say to people as far as coming in and don't know everything about this case. Okay, as you can see, somebody on a replay game made reference. Let me get it back. All right, y'all see up at the top, uh, it says how he used her. She was okay with him touching her and sexing her. Everyone else told, but why didn't she? She did tell. She did report it to CPS, but it fell on uh, the doorstep of deaf ears. So now we got to fast forward. She already came forward and told. So here comes plan B, right? Damn,
Mm-hmm.
damn. I done already came forward. Gotta remember, she got Big Bro on her side, Vari. Vari done already ran away several times. Correct? So
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing more than what a big brother wants. Vice versa, if it was a big sister. I might be caught up into all of this, but I need for my little sister to get out of this. Whatever I got to do to sacrifice my life for my little sister to get out of this, I'm with it. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sacrifice my life for my little sister. So here's Vari teaching her. Here's Vari helping. Okay, look, this is what you do. At 11 o'clock, make sure you're here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me give you some money to help you. Okay, let me give you the number to my homeboy that was living in Detroit, but now he moved here. Somebody mentioned that she was out there in California, in LA. But this is Naziah being coached, right? Now
Yep.
this is just possibilities. This is her being coached because she got to get out of that hell hole. She's not dumb.
And
She's
she
far
looked
from.
at she
Come on,
looked at
Sean.
Jarvis. Go ahead.
No, you come on, Sean. Come on, because I don't want you
Oh
to forget what you got. Come on, come on.
no, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
No, come on.
she looked at Jarvis to be the one to get her out of that situation. Unfortunately, because she doesn't have or didn't have anyone else. She was manipulated, like madly manipulated, and it's
Let me slide.
unfortunate.
Let me slide in, Sean. T
Okay.
says, if she is in fact alive, have we ever thought that Naziah doesn't want to be found? Honestly, who would want to go back to Detroit? Annette and Shannon. That's facts. That's fact.
Yep.
Naziah, she experienced a lot of trauma. She
Yep.
did. She did. And I'm telling y'all, and we've all maybe not been in Naziah's situation, but we've all been in a situation where we didn't feel love. I've been in that situation where I
Mm-hmm.
didn't feel love. And when
Mm-hmm.
I got that opportunity to get out of that situation, my funky ass ran and ran. I'm still running to this day from situations that I was in that I didn't feel love.
Mm-hmm. But at some point, that situation come back around, and you got to face it, depending on what it is, who it is. That's just me. Because I was in the same situation. I was in the same situation as Naziah
Mm,
when I was 13, 14 years old.
mm.
So,
Sorry that you had to experience that, Sean.
no, it's not your fault, you know. But again, you know, Jarvis was a master manipulator. He has some serious, serious, serious mental issues. And he can't be rehabilitated under any circumstances. Because you think about it, he went away for 10 years prior to that, right? For the
Yes.
same thing. Wasn't it 10 years?
I think 8. I think he did 8. either 8
Well,
to 10, or I think he did 8.
and then he come right out and he start back up again. That no. And there's no telling how many kids in between him coming out and Naziah and his own daughters that he was, you know, that haven't come forth. There's no telling. Again, like I told Miss Parker, I know someone personally that was a victim of his. Matter of fact, two.
Mm.
And see, people think people say, "What's wrong with the women?" The way he talk, for example, listening to him talk to one of them girls that he was messing around with, she asked, "What's going on?" Oh man, I don't know. This him. I don't know what's going on. This dude through that jail call. I don't know what's going on. I ain't gonna lie to you. If that were me talking to him and yeah, they arrested me. I don't know what's going on. Hell, I'm gonna be thinking like the same thing. I'm gonna believe him to a degree until everything comes out because everything is going to come out. Some of them girls may not have even known that he was doing that stuff to them kids. They may not have known because he's a master manipulator.
And
So,
one thing that I do know, when it's a child, when it's a person, if you notice, children that quote unquote have everything, right?
hmm
Children that everything was given to them on a silver spoon, they lack survival skills,
that
right?
was me.
Right? You notice that because
Yes.
at a young age they had to defend for themselves compared to the children that everything was given to them. They didn't have to think. Those children that had it all given to them, they didn't have to think when it came to survival skills. But
hmm
those that's in Naziah's situation, she had to think at a very young age. No
hmm
father, no father. The mom wasn't in her life, so she couldn't go to daddy. She couldn't go to mommy. As you could see, she attempted to go elsewhere, but nothing was given to her. Like y'all said, where's the birthday parties for her?
hmm
I mean, let's go deep into this. Those funky ass hoes, where why y'all funky ass hoes didn't give Naziah birthday party? We did give her. Well, where's the pictures at? Where's the
Cause
videos at?
right, cause they videoed everything else.
They
Cause them
videoed
funky
everything
ass
else.
right,
You,
cause
you,
them
you,
funky assholes is lying. They
bingo,
lying.
bingo. She's feeling this.
hmm
She's feeling this. Damn. She's crying. She's like, once again, I ain't gonna never get out of this hellhole.
hmm
That's deep. That's deep. That's very deep. Now the manipulation on Jarvis' part is so easy. I mean, he might have had to do some convincing to manipulate his stable, but when it came to Naziah, it was too easy. He ain't had to
He
do nothing. Come
he
on, Sean.
he saw every person that he done been with. Trust and believe he studies them verse. Of course, they got all of them have kids, but he probably watches the pattern of every mother. You get what I'm saying? Cause if I got 15 brothers, Jarvis couldn't come this way.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So these females, again, we do not know what their conversations, none of that. But Jarvis, he didn't. A manipulator is going to scope out the scenery, find out what's going on, how she do this, how she do that, how I can easily get to that child. He saw that Shannon situation. Everything is easy peasy
Facts.
at Annette's house. This is just us on the outside looking in. Everything easy peasy. And then you got to think this too. He gets out, he meets her, and she says publicly, this is Shannon, if society,
Mm,
I knew what he went in for. If
mm,
society gave him a second chance, how come I couldn't?
mm,
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
mm.
There you go, right there. And then she keep having child after child after child with him. He probably don't want none of the kids. And I hate to say it like that, but
But that's real.
he knew that he can do what he wanted to do there because she was going to let him.
That's real. Appreciate this super sticker, Deborah. Appreciate this super sticker, Jaquetta. If you would like to help me reach my goal, we are 10 super stickers and super chats away from me reaching my goal. Just click on the $ symbol and purchase a super sticker or a super chat. You can finish cooking, Sean.
Yeah, it's like she got 5 kids by this guy. What are you trying to accomplish? Shannon, what are you trying to accomplish? And then again, when she mentioned, I know you probably heard where she mentioned that she lost a baby, which would have been number 6, and she was mourning
Yep.
that loss. So why would she be mourning her niece?
That's facts. That's
They
facts.
they didn't they didn't they didn't care about her at all.
No, they didn't care about her at all. And she knew that. And it's so sad because as a child, and that's why I try my best, y'all, to be active in my grandbabies' lives the best way that I can because and that's why it's just little things. Like, do y'all know how much a child appreciates just having their own room? Do
Mm.
a child coming home knowing that this is my home compared to sleeping over this relative house, that relative house? In my opinion, those funky ass hoes probably were cracking slick on Naziah. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember what was said, but I do know that it was a conversation or something that one of the twins and Naziah had. And oh man, I wish I could remember what was said. Oh man, appreciate this super sticker. Simply, do anybody remember? Oh man, I wish I could remember what was said. But but I think Marquita was making reference to how her and Naziah was always going back and forth. I'm not sure if that was said, but however, Naziah has feelings. We got feelings. So she had feelings. She felt left out. She felt abandoned.
And
She
nobody
did.
listened to her.
Nobody listened to her.
Nobody paid attention to that child. It's not just her. They not paying attention to none of them kids, to be truthfully honest.
Bingo. Bingo. I think when she was calling her ugly, and then Okay, about the nappy hair. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go.
They manipulating her too.
And oh man.
Yeah, they manipulating her too. And you know
And
what I think too? I'm
come
sorry,
on, Sean.
Shank.
No, come on, come
It,
on.
it, probably all because Naziah's father wasn't around, and I heard pretty much the reason why from his mouth watching a video of why he wasn't around. Then the situation that Naziah's mother was in, they didn't care too much about their mother, her mother. So what they probably did was took out whatever hatred and animosity they had against Naziah's mother on her.
And that's facts.
Naziah, Naziah was a paycheck.
That's
I
facts.
hate to say it like that, but she was a paycheck to them.
And
That's
and let me
it.
say this. Let me say this before I forget. And that's why they say, do not take your children around people that don't like you. Because if
Mm-hmm.
they don't like you, you can imagine how they feel about your children, your
Mm-hmm.
child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. But we gonna see when the court dates come up. I think he got a court date coming up actually this month. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's on the 16th or something.
Yes.
And it's for the unaliving charges, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but all this is going it's gonna come out. I'm telling you, so much is going to come out. It's probably gonna blow our minds. It's gonna blow our minds.
Let me grab this comment from Essie. Why would Shannon be jealous of Naziah being with Jarvis when Marquita was with Jarvis first? Sharing is caring.
It's because she
Let,
younger. He
let me
paying
just
her more attention.
let me address this, Sean, and then I'm gonna let you address it too. Look, if you gotta ask this question, why would Shannon be jealous of Naziah being with Jarvis? If you gotta ask that question, Shank Rock can't tell you. Maybe Sean can tell you. Come on in, Sean.
Maybe. I just believe that girl younger. She way younger. You get what I'm saying?
Come on. Y'all killing Shank Rock. Y'all killing Shank Rock. Why would Shannon be jealous of Naziah being with Jarvis when Marquita was with Jarvis first? There's a lot of reasons why Shannon would be jealous of Naziah being with Jarvis. That's why that text message, allegedly from Naziah to Jarvis about how do you like your women skinny, that wasn't Naziah sending a text message. That was Shannon.
Yep.
Do we need to go on? Why would Shannon be jealous of Naziah? Y'all killing the old man up here. Come on,
Look,
Sean.
look,
Matter of fact,
look.
let me punish the chat. And y'all funky asses, Essie funky ass for getting punished. I gotta punish the chat, y'all. I gotta punish the chat. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on, Sean. Come back, Sean.
Look, let me tell you. It's no telling. The more stuff I hear about them, it's no telling how many times Shannon and her sister done got down with the same dude.
Mm,
And
mm,
they all right with it. You
mm,
understand? You feel
mm.
me?
Yeah.
Ain't no telling how many times they didn't play games. You know what I'm saying? Because they are identical. They twisted like that. Can you hear me, Shay?
Yeah, you good. You good.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
laughing
they
at the
they
comments in the chat. You good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead,
they
Sean.
twisted like that. So here it is. You got your niece that's 10, 15 years younger, and he paying her more attention than he paying you. Mm-mm. Nope. So of course there's gonna be a lot of envy. Ain't no telling who else he was messing around with in that house other than the three. He was messing with three people that we know of today in one household. Three and a half.
Look, don't do me. I asked the question because Shannon said her and Jarvis didn't have that type of relationship. Duh, Mr. Shank. I know Naziah was calm. See, and y'all know I'm as fair. Y'all know I go overboard with being fair. But y'all know one of the things that I hate is when people play with me. Now, Essie, you've been around long enough to know. Now, let me cook for just a second. All right. Now, here's Essie. I asked the question because Shannon said her and Jarvis didn't have that type of relationship. Stop right there. But we also know that Shannon knew that they did have sexual relations. I'm disappointed in you, Essie. And you've never caused no problems that I know of. But come on, Essie. Stop it now. Seriously, stop it now. Stop this. Stop this embarrassment. You've been around long enough to know. Yeah, Shannon made reference to it being an uncle and a niece relationship, but at the same time, she also knew that they were, having sexual relations. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Everybody knows that Shannon was jealous of Naziah. It ain't a content creator that you go to. It ain't a platform that you go to that they don't know that Shannon was jealous of Naziah. Why wasn't Shannon jealous of him being with Janiyah too? Then we ain't discussing Janiyah.
And she probably didn't know. It probably didn't even come out about her. It has now.
Come on, y'all. Stop playing. See, and y'all gotta understand, okay? I'm a man, and I believe it's a couple other men, but I'm a man amongst a bunch of women. So I can't let y'all have it like the other female content creators let y'all have it. So I have to walk this thin line. Now, if it was men, then I could really get off. But stop taking because Shank is fair and Shank won't come for you. Just don't play with me with this bullshit. Stop it. You know what, y'all? Let me do this shit, man. Let me do this shit, man. Seriously, y'all. Let me punish y'all asses. Let me do this, man. Let me do this. Let me do this. And honestly, and y'all have Essie to thank for y'all being on punishment. And everybody knows I very seldom block people. And I'm not going to block you. I try my best. I try my best to make this platform comfortable for everybody. Now, I've said it several times when people unsubscribe from me. I say it all the time when people don't pull back over here up with me. I say it all the time. Some of y'all I will miss if y'all unsubscribe and y'all don't come back. Some of y'all I will miss. But then some of y'all I won't miss. Now, here's for you, Essie. I hope that your funky ass never pull back up over here. However, if you do, fine. But you're one of those ones that I hope don't never pull back over up here again with Shank Rock. Because you playing with me. You playing with. Matter of fact, get your funky ass from up out. Matter of fact, moderators, y'all ain't got to block her funky. Let me block her funky ass. Or his funky ass. Or it funky ass. Let me get this funky ass up out of here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Get your funky ass from around Shank Rock. And let this be a lesson to everybody else. You can disagree with Shank Rock. Everything I say you can disagree with Shank Rock on, and you still will be respected over here. But don't play with Shank Rock. I get very, very upset when you try to play with me. She knows the case. It ain't like she don't know the case. Huh? Come on then, Sean. Come on then, man. Matter of fact, let me punish y'all asses again. Y'all take it up with Essie's funky ass. Let me punish y'all asses again. God damn it, she done got Shank on one. That goddamn it funky ass. Let's do this. Let's do this. So everybody will remember Essie's funky ass when she comes back. Your ass is the one that got us on punishment. Damn near the whole demonstration. Sean, let me keep my mouth shut. Come on, Sean. My
No,
bad, y'all. Come
you
on,
go
Sean.
ahead. You go ahead, Shank. I done said pretty much, how I feel about it. And the more I listen, the more some things make sense, the more some things don't make sense. It's just this thing is a big mystery. But my opinion, I feel, like I said, a part of me feels like she may still be here, and a part of me feels like she may not. The part of me that feels like she may not is because of the amount of evidence that was on that hoodie. That was hers. That turned out to be hers. And then there's, again, we bringing this up, there's still some missing clothes. Where did those clothes go? Why did they put certain clothes out? It's just a big fiasco. And whoever did this, they did it to throw us off.
That's facts. That's
They
facts.
did. They did it to throw us all off. Cause it's no telling what the heck then went on, what's going on, So I'm gonna go and let somebody else get up here on the panel. But thank you, Shank.
You're
Salute.
welcome, Sean, and thank you. But that's facts. Let's give it up for Sean. Sean, y'all. Appreciate you. Once again, y'all, you can disagree with Shank Rock. I have no problem with anybody disagreeing with me. Okay? You can disagree with Shank Rock. But please, y'all, appreciate this super chat, Tanya. All right, Shank, your funky ass need to settle down with those ugly booger bears. Now, see, Tanya, I like you, and the only reason why I ain't gonna punish y'all, I'm gonna let Tanya now, because if I let you slide, Tanya, then everybody else gonna figure that I can let them slide. Shank, man, you cool? Let me punish y'all. Let me punish y'all for Tanya. Y'all gonna leave Shank Rock alone. And if you would like to join me on a panel, let me drop the blue StreamYard link. If you would like to join me on a panel, just click on this blue StreamYard link. That go, see, now everybody want to act up now. Everybody. Appreciate the stupid sticker, Sean. Now everybody want to act up. They want to start throwing tacos, CT. And I was just getting ready to take it down. Y'all see? Look at this. This is not Taco Tuesday. See? But once again, y'all, it's okay to disagree with Shank. It's okay to disagree with anybody that's on the panel, y'all. Look, come on, y'all. Come on. And it's okay if you're new and you don't know the case. But if you've been around, if you've been on my platform, if you've been on the other content creators' platforms, come on, y'all. The basics you should know. And if you don't know the basics, just hang around and learn the basics, okay? And as a woman, don't think just because Shank Rock is a man, don't think you could get away with playing with me. As a man, don't think Shank Rock is old and gray. Don't think that you could get away with playing with me. All right? Come on then, Shelby. Salute, Shelby.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you sound fine.
Okay, I'm very silent. I've always watched your shows, but I just feel like, one, there are a bunch of weirdos out here, and it is a generational curse. You know what I'm saying? And then it's a lot of people out here, they sleep with each other, the family, and have inbreeds and stuff. But I want to say this here, and it bothers me because I don't just blame the family, I blame the neighborhood too. Everybody around them. Y'all knew what's going on. Y'all should have just kept calling, kept calling, kept calling. Y'all play, because when I'm an 80s baby. And we didn't do it like my mama, you know what I'm saying? Like if she had to work, she had her neighbors to turn to. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't letting no weirdos touch us, come in the house, play the games with the kids and stuff like that. Even the other guy, the evangelist, I think that is weird. How you somewhere else distance, but she's telling us about everything about their family. Like, oh, he's talking about Annette. For instance, why do you know so much? Why didn't you call the police when they having this straight conversation? These kids.
Facts.
I sit here and I watch too. I like to look at all y'all point of view, even Miss Parker. And y'all all got a point, but y'all all like have your own perspective. Somebody may take the littlest things to make, because it's making us think. We have to think for ourselves. That's what they trying to tell us, you guys. They're not
Facts.
saying, he's not saying, basically, let's look at his mind frame. Let's look at Jarvis' mind frame. Let's excuse him. No, what he's saying is basically, this is a grown man. This happened when he was what, 13? So
Facts.
it happened when he was 13. Guess what? This man is chasing the feeling that he will never get again. Can you
Facts.
hear me? Okay, there
Yes,
you
you
go.
sound
Okay.
good. You sound good. You sound
Okay.
good.
But he's chasing the feeling of when he was 13, when this grown woman basically had sex with him. So his mind frame is still stuck at 13. He would never get any older than that because he did not get the proper help that he needed. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's like saying. That's what I get out of the whole thing. I've been watching you
Facts.
for a minute.
Thank you.
Ever
Thank
since,
you,
I'm
Shelby.
telling you, ever since it first started with two. And I
Shout out
seen
to
the
you.
whole
Shout out
thing.
to you.
Yeah, yeah. When I watched her and how she went on the streets and showed us the point of view, I never seen nobody do that in the case. You feel me? So I give her props, Miss Parker, and y'all bringing out the transcript. They want us to learn this, and for
Shout
the
out to Miss
ones that,
Paul.
yeah.
My
So
bad. My bad.
I feel like for the ones that's listening, like we need to really come together. Even though I'm in California, I'm in Lancaster, and trust me, there is a lot of pedophiles, and there is, to me, Lancaster, California. I feel like the kids are running that city.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I have to watch my kids. I'm the only child. I don't have nobody. I don't have nobody to really just like. Come on, come on, Shelby. You got this. I can watch. I can't trust nobody. So with that being said, watch your kids, man. Pay attention to your kids' actions. And
That's
this
real.
type of stuff that I'm watching helps me to open my eyes and have this discussion with my kids. Even me being a kid, the big thing back in the 80s was everybody was watching each other kids because the big thing was kids getting taken. And the only reason why I knew is because I used to get up in the morning and look at the carnation. I know you remember the missing kids, and that was a big thing right there. So With that being said, my message to everybody is watch your kids. Pay attention to your kids. Watch how they move. If you feel like your kids is sad and they bullying, find out why. Because if we don't, we're gonna end up with several in cases of these type of results.
That's real.
Like I'm just saying, like I let everything out that I needed to let out because I feel like with Naziah, this is a sad case. This baby didn't have nobody to turn to, and when she screamed for help, nobody helped her.
Nope. Nope.
And guess what? Like you said, it affect all those kids. We don't even know what really truly happened to Vari. Look at this. This is a product right here. He's in jail, you guys. We I just feel like with this society, I feel like the government made these laws to hinder us from disciplining our kids. If we was able to discipline our kids, we wouldn't be going through this. And then another thing is black people hating on black people. I feel like this gotta stop. I'm a 41-year-old woman, almost 42, and guess what? I get kids looking at me funny, like mad dogging. And my daughter caught herself doing that to another adult. And guess what I did? I checked her.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish it was more adults being adults and not partying in the streets, smoking, drinking, all that. I just wish it was. And for that whole family over there in Detroit, y'all gonna get yours. Because what happened is Shannon and them, they getting on the stand. We just thinking that, oh, everything is A-OK. No, what's happening is they're questioning them because they're going to build a case against them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my personal opinion. Because whether we notice it or not, if you really know that when you adopt somebody, you foster or whatever, they still in the ward of the state.
Yep.
So all these prosecutors, the judge, y'all don't think that they watching this?
Yep. It's facts.
I honestly feel like they're building the case and they doing it quietly. And I feel like they watching, even though y'all content creators, but they watching the people that knows them come up on the panel and spew whatever they spew. And guess what? They gonna get done with Jarvis. But guess what? Annette and the rest of that household, they're gonna get it. It's
That's
gonna take
fact.
some time. And I just feel like we all gotta be patient. We in this together because we want the justice for Naziah. You know what I'm saying? We want the justice for them other girls, that 4-year-old girl that got touched on. Like, that's ridiculous. And I'm mad about her mama. Like, what kind of mama are you to let this man, you do whatever you do with the man, and then you come out the room and he calls your daughter?
That's real.
Like, y'all don't think that that lady was on drugs for that to happen? Like, that is weird.
That's
But
real.
like, it's bothering me, and I don't. I mean, it bothering a lot of people, but we in this together. We come on here, everybody make their comments. We just gotta be patient. I mean, it got to the point where people looking for Naziah and found a whole other girl, even though she looked like her. But this is just how bad it's messing with people. But I'm just telling everybody also, we gotta be patient. Like, we gotta humble ourselves. We gotta be patient. But at the same time, while we being patient, watch your kids.
Mm. That's deep. That's deep.
Like,
Appreciate this super
because I
sticker, Evelyn. Go ahead. That's deep,
okay,
Shelby. That's deep. I see you,
yeah,
Leezy.
like yeah, I don't be. I know everybody. I don't know what they saying, but I hope I released a whole lot. But we gotta watch our kids too.
Everybody is in agreement with you, Shelby. Everybody in the chat
Yeah,
is in
like
agreement with you.
okay, because this is my first time really just speaking out, and I sat here and I watched two spiritual detectives, and it's just Shay, and it's just and I watched the Sinitra speaks, and this is a build up. Let's just. It's hard. Like for me, like I sit there at my house and all I see is people getting into it, and I'm just like, damn, and I am the only one out here that have a frame of I'm raising scholars. That's what I like. That's what my mind frame. And I have a child that is 6, and when it come down to him, they be like, "Oh, he a handsome boy," and I didn't have people running to me and just really like come at my baby like, "Oh, he's so handsome," and that make me just. I
But
mean, they come like it makes me come like, okay, all right, thank you. He is handsome or whatever, but that makes me think like, is there a lot of people in this world just that much of a pedophile? You have to really pay attention. Like
it's
he can't
sad.
speak for yeah. So like my baby, he can't speak for himself. He's not even aware of danger. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just saying, keep your kids close and keep your ears to the streets.
That's real. Appreciate that cash donation, Janice.
Okay.
Appreciate that cash donation, Janice.
He's not even aware of danger. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't. Oh, hi. But
You good, Shelby? You good?
yeah, I just seen somebody else pop up. But as far as Jarvis, he has a problem, and we all. I'm glad that you brought that up. Um, I don't. We don't know how this gonna play out as far as his mental. We really don't. We really don't. That man really got a problem, and it's more people coming up and stuff like that. That's my personal opinion. And I mean, when I was younger, I used to hear people get beat up in jail for this. This man
Yeah,
is living lavish.
yeah. That's what troubles me because, like I said, in any city, in any city in the USA, Jarvis and amongst any group of people, any nationality of people,
Hmm.
Muslims, Christians, Jew. I mean, the most God fearingest people.
Hey,
Jarvis stood a chance. That's at the bottom of the totem pole. You did what to a child?
you-
Job
wait, child, kids.
kids. It's and that's why I say where the men that were at. Well, Shank, the family, the men family members, they were already on parole or they were man. I wouldn't give a fuck.
No, he would not be
Seriously,
coming around. He would
I
not. When it comes, okay, I
come
got
on.
men in my family. I got
Let
men in
me
my family.
yeah, let me just say this. I could have just came home. Nigga, I got homeboys that'll come see
Mm,
you. I got family, man. Nigga, I go pay somebody $500. Look, I can't get my hands dirty. Take this $500 and handle your business.
and listen, and remember how when stuff used to go down like that in the streets, guess what they was doing? They were sending kites to jail to let somebody know what that person has did. Where we mess up at as a society,
I have no
where
idea.
the men are like for real, like when it come down to my boy, even me, I have to be sensitive to my son because I'm not trying to break him. You hear what I'm saying? You can say certain things to a boy that will break him. You feel me? So, with that being said, stop hitting your sons with belts. When they teenagers, stop doing that because that breaks them. And then we wonder why we have what we have today.
That's facts. Shelby, let me let Sean and JJ slide back in, Shelby. I'm gonna come back to you. Come on in, Sean.
Okay.
Come on in, Sean. Let me let JJ slide in.
All right. Salute again. Salute. I definitely agree with everything that Shell was saying. Personally, I live in Detroit. I live in Detroit right now, and I hear we are society. We are so divided, and I uh my and what at for Detroit, what do we do? Because it's an epidemic. Like it's so bad here, and I know it's everywhere. But it's so sad. It's so bad here. You drive down the street, you can't even look. You look at somebody wrong and you might get shot. You're driving in traffic, road rage. Every morning I turn on the news, there's some violence, there's violence, violence, senseless violence. And I know I've written my letters. I've done try to do my part, for the community, but like uh but what do we really do, like that? Because like Kim worthless, she's worthless. She's got power. And again, there's no structure, and it's like, where do we even begin? And I'm putting in my work, like again with my kids, and I'm doing my part. And I guess maybe just prayer, but it really is so sad and bad. Over here in Detroit, like again, you can't even fart wrong, like, and you might get killed, like, I mean, unalived, I swear. Like it's so scary, like you and your kid, and with the children, these children in around, just in my opinion, in Detroit, we need to bring back the old, like, what is going on. There's like, what, like in the school, like the way they talk, there's no respect, there's no boundaries, there's no discipline. They know how to twerk, they know what, half of them can't even read, but they know how to or remember what their homework, but they can remember the lyrics to this new whatever song came out. You know what I'm saying? Like and again, a lot of men are lacking in leading. And there, again, I am in the LGBT community. I'm married to a woman. I have stepchildren. We did go have a baby together, but again, I'm saying it. We are females. As females, there are things we cannot do for the children that the men can do. There's just
That's right.
there's we just can't. We can tell ourselves all we want. I used to lie to myself all the time, like, I got this because I dress like, like a tomboy. I can work on cars, I can work on the house, everything. The kids see me do all this, I can show them. But that's not doing what the man can do for them. They need that man, you know and that's just in my opinion.
I
And
agree with you.
and then
I
again,
feel
like I
your
said, when Miss
pain.
Parker said last night or yesterday about the guy in the child in Minnesota, all the parent had to do was pick up his journal, and maybe things would have been different. What that a little put in a little work to just look in that journal, and maybe all them two kids would still be here. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that made me, just after that live, I got up, I went through all my children's songs. I said, let me see them. And I fortunately, I did actually found my daughter had a secret account and blocked me and her mother from it. And I'm glad that we did that and did put in the work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think it's just gonna come. No, it don't just come. You gotta put in work. You have to put in work. Like we're not entitled to anything. Just because you had children, you're not entitled to being a parent. You have to be a parent. Just because you had that kid doesn't mean you're a parent.
Can y'all
That's
hear me?
fact. Yeah, let me slide in. Appreciate. I see you, Catherine. If anyone would like to join me on the panel, just click on this blue StreamYard link. If you would like to come in and give your opinion, just click on this blue StreamYard link. Slide in, Sean.
All right. JJ, Shelby, y'all literally set the panel on fire. I just wanted to come in and kind of like elaborate on what they were saying. I was born and raised 57 years in Detroit. So I already know, what's going on, JJ. I was born in the 60s. So in the 70s, there were things going on. You saw more pimps and hoes. You get what I'm saying, on on the corners. And it, let me see, how can I put this? Growing up in the 70s, for example, of course, we all know there was no social media. Thank God to a degree that there is social media today, because it exposes so much more that's going on. and it needs to be exposed. Back in the 70s, 80s, you could sort of kind of say, yes, the neighborhood, the neighbors looked out for the kids. There was close knit bonds as far as if the next door neighbor saw me doing something, they had the right to kick my ass. They had permission to whoop me. But at the same time, I've told my story. A neighbor essayed me. So, you know, but moving forward, the generation today, and I don't mean no disrespect, but they wild because you got more parents that want to be their kids' friends more so than a parent. You got parents sitting up smoking weed with their kids. They allowing their kids to run the streets. And Detroit just got, if I'm not mistaken, they just enforced the curfew. Am I right or wrong,
Yeah.
Shelby?
Yes, they did. They did. They sure did.
They just
Let, let,
enforced the curfew.
let me just slide in for 1 second before I forget. Appreciate this super sticker uh, statements by Rainbow. And also, can I get everybody to wish Miss Minnie a happy birthday? I'm sorry, Miss Minnie. I ain't see you when you came in. Can I get everybody to throw up some happy birthday wishes for Miss Minnie? Okay, come on back in, y'all.
Yeah, they just enforced the curfew for the kids. And I'm going to say this. When my kids were growing up, I allowed my children every, I think it was every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever the case may be, to have an open forum. And what I mean by that is I let them get whatever off their chest,
Hmm.
even if it was cussing, because kids want to cuss. Kids got feelings just like we do. They go through depression, they go through all kinds of shit. Get it off your chest. What's bothering you? Who's bothering you? A lot of parents don't take the time out to even look in their kids' phones, their backpacks, their diaries. I was a I I was a nosy ass mama. I don't care.
As you
I'm like
should.
that too.
I was.
As
I
you
found
should.
my daughter's diary because it wasn't no iPhones and stuff. I found her diary. Yup, I looked in it.
Yeah, in my opinion, with my shorties, you got privacy with the body. But when it comes to them phones, when it comes to homework, when it comes to your friends, the friends' parents' names, I'm all about it. There's no privacy there.
I
And
agree with you. I'm the same way.
let me just slide back in for a second. If you would like to join me on the panel, just click on that blue StreamYard link. If you would like to join us on the panel, click on the blue StreamYard link. All right, come on back in, y'all. My bad.
My thing is
Yeah.
talk to your kids, just like Shelby. Y'all saying talk to y'all kids. Talk to y'all's kids. You
Yeah,
know, pay more attention to these kids instead of being a friend to your kids. I didn't
Mm.
have so much stuff happen to me, and I don't blame my mother. I'm done with that. I didn't healed, I didn't forgave, and what I did, my actions on what happened to me is because of what I did. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
But I'm not gonna say that my mother's lack of parenting is what got me where I was back then, because some parents only can do what they know. They teach their kids what they know. You get what I'm saying? And ain't nobody perfect.
Mm.
Ain't nobody perfect. But I took my experience growing up and twisted it so that way I don't raise my kids like that.
Mm.
yeah, we get stuck between the choice from either pitying ourselves, self-pity, drowned in self-pity, or rise above, and so our kids don't become so drowned in the self-pity as well, like
Yep.
we can't show them that we're victims. Like we got to be strong. We can show them we're allowed to be weak, and we're not going to be perfect. We're going to grow. But again, it just starts with just a routine alone. You don't see these days. I don't really go out the house much now, but there's not even a simple routine. A routine. They don't make the bed. Just get up and make the bed. That's lost. So many things are lost in United America, United States, and the traditions. They claim all these traditions and no one practices them, and it's all lost, and it's sad. And we just, if everybody just does what they need to do, it'll all trickle down.
Well, for me, you know what I do when it comes down to my kid? I ain't gonna even lie. Like I do self. Myself is like my mind, my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I meditate. I'm a Libra,
Mm.
so I have to balance myself. You feel me? And then I have a therapist that I talk to organize my thoughts for myself because I got three different age groups. You feel me? So 18, I have an 18, 13, and a 6-year-old autistic kid. So I have to organize my thoughts in order for me to be a mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a partier. I'm not a smoker. I'm not a drinker. I'm one of them people who has to think clearly, and I think that's the problem with a lot of parents because it can go from men into women. You know, father and mother. You feel me? And I feel like a lot of people need to do that for themselves because when it came down to it, my mama then worked in group homes. A lot of those kids, they came from broken homes like that. You know what I'm saying? So when it came down to Annette, to me, you been in the business, lady. Cause I listen to, let's be honest, let's talk about Jarvis. He sound like Brother Man from Hustle and Flow
Mm.
on that phone conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I always said that, like, is what you introduce your daughters to?
Cause they
You had
don't
a
know no
problem?
better.
Yeah. This is what you introduce your daughter. Because it started with you as a parent in that. You failed your daughters. And guess what
Fact.
they did? They failed their kids.
Facts.
And guess
Some
what?
people think that's a norm. I ain't mean to interrupt you, Shelby, but
Yeah.
some people think that that type of behavior is a norm, and it's not. You gotta
Yeah.
literally like recondition yourself,
Yes.
to be like, hey, this is not supposed to happen. And I'm gonna say this, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry for interrupting,
So go
but
ahead. I'm listening.
my thing is this too. Me myself, I've told my children my life experiences, and some people agree, some people don't.
I agree
But I
with you.
want my kids, I wanted my kids to know my life experiences. Why? Because we don't live in no damn fairy tale world.
Amen.
No. Amen.
It's
And
facts.
And that's why I
if somebody from the neighborhood that I grew up in come to one of my kids and say, hey, your mom, used to smoke crack. Cause I did. My kids would be
mm,
like, we know this already. And get out
yeah.
my face.
I think that we need more of that. Show our kids, live in your truth. We have to, as adults,
Yeah.
we live in your truth. It doesn't matter, and don't dwell on it. Live in your truth. Be proud of it, and just as long as you change, eh, live in it. Live in it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yup, they're right. But what is mom doing today?
Yeah.
Bingo. Stay right there. Cause people
Today.
Yeah.
always try to, I remember you did this. I remember this. But what is the individual doing today? That's what
Yes.
Right.
counts.
Yeah.
Never want
Yes.
to talk about what we're doing today. They want to talk about what we're doing in our what the mom's doing and gonna do in the future, and then what because of what she did in the past. But what about today? But I again, I'm gonna go back down. Salute to y'all. I love talking with y'all. You guys are helping me grow too. And again, salute, justice for Naziah. And thanks for y'all listening.
Appreciate you,
Amen.
JJ.
Have a
Thank
blessed one,
you. Have a
JJ.
good day.
Any
Yeah,
last
but
words? Any last words before we get out of here, Shelby? Any last words?
my last words is to basically pay attention to your kids. Even though we working with this Naziah case, we gotta be patient, but just pay attention to your kids. If you see anything different, acknowledge that. Talk to your kids. You know what I'm saying? And if they need some help, it's okay to go get therapy. But just pay attention
Mm-hmm.
to your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
That's
you.
fact. Appreciate you,
Thank you
Shelby.
for you heard me. Thank you for having me on the panel. I really enjoyed myself. You got the ladies that you had on here. I like you guys, and just keep up the good work. We gonna all go through our struggle, but don't let this stuff break you. Like, just keep going. As a parent, we gonna go through our struggle, and then you can always come to Shake Rock's platform, and we can all talk about this because we are all adults and we are all parents. You feel me? And we need to know these new or good, bad situations. Well, you have a good day. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Shelby. Any last words before we get out of here, Sean?
Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off of what Shelby said. Um, Same thing. Just, keep your foot on these kids' necks. For real. And thank you, Shank, and other content creators who come out, to enlighten us on what's going on in the world. Because it's gonna be justice for Naziah and babies all around the world. Literally all around the world because we need it. These babies need us. These kids need us. So, but thank you. I appreciate you.
You welcome, Sean. I appreciate you. Now, I love it when we all get together and we're able to build and bond. I love it. I love it when you all come up on the panel with me, because then I get an opportunity to relax a little bit and I get an opportunity to hear other people's perspective. So I want to encourage everybody. Come on up on the panel. Just when you come up on a panel, you don't have to have your camera on. You can turn your camera off. Come on up and give your opinion and get whatever it is that you need to get off your chest. Because one thing that I learned as far as being a content creator, me being a content creator, it helps me to release a lot of stress. It helps me to have a peace of mind. So maybe it could help you all if you come up and, give your opinion. Appreciate that, Passion B. But I have to keep it real with everybody, okay? No longer will I have the gloves on this platform because I see that people take my kindness for weakness. All right. And that opens up the door for people to feel as though they can play with me. So I'm telling everybody in the Rock Squad, and I'm telling Miss Parker's riders and everybody else, the chat, if people come through the chat and they on some BS and y'all feel like handing it to them, be my guest. Be my guest. Do what y'all got to do in the chat. Because most people feel like, well, yeah, we can go over there with Shank platform. Shank's a nice guy. Shank's a fair guy. We can get away with what we can do on Shank's platform that we can't get away with on others' platforms. I ain't having that no more. And besides, me being a nice guy hasn't really gotten me anywhere. So now it is what it is. All right. And on that note, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. We are only 4 super stickers or super chats away from me reaching my goal. Now, some of y'all funky asses hasn't supported the channel with a super sticker or a super chat, and some of y'all funky asses been over here with me for 3 years. I'ma start calling y'all funky asses out. All right? If you ain't supporting the channel, then why the hell you over here with Shank Rock? Once again, Shank Rock is so nice. I ain't being nice to y'all funky asses no more. You can't hang around my platform 3 years and 2 years without supporting by not getting a super sticker or a super chat. So if your funky ass been around me for 3 years and 2 years, and you ain't sent me not one super sticker or one super chat or a cash app, if you ain't got a membership, I'm blocking your funky ass. And along with blocking your funky ass, I'm going to call your funky ass out. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Appreciate this super sticker, Miss Lady, because I see y'all on other platforms. Y'all support other platforms financially. So support Shank Rock financially. If not, I'm going to block your funky ass and call your funky ass out. Appreciate that, Miss Lady. Salute everybody. I will leave the chat running and you all can hang around. Salute everybody. What went wrong with the Baltimore City Police Department and Freddie Gray?
Give me a Mac and a 9 and I'm armed to do it. I had them slugs run up in you like embalming fluid. I'm out that mob and I got the scars to prove it. What's the point of holding heat without the heart to use it? Cops are clueless, so they can't stop the movement. I'm a YG nigga and the Glock is ruthless. FM is the main attraction. Aim the Gatlin and watch niggas fall like it's a chain reaction. Mainly stacking, now that the game is lacking. I'm the first in command and Shank Rock's the captain. And my flow changed from white gold to platinum. I put the yay down, cutty. Now I'm finally rapping. Better lay down, buddy, or you know what I had.
The first thing that went wrong was they pursued her. They never were supposed to pursue her. They didn't have probable cause to pursue her.
This is real Baltimore. No. This is what people have to wake up and wonder where they're going to go to get them in.
That wasn't the first riot. The first riots happened with when the Baltimore banks made bad investments. You had a riot that was known as the Baltimore Bank Riot. I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing the mother of the year, but we have to look at how they played that whole situation. It goes back to the old Willie Lynch. When she went upside his head and smacked him and everything. Now, if I've done it, A black man would have done that on national television. They would have locked me up.
I'm from the city that reads, my city still bleeds. And homicides multiply like cops with keys, you do the math. On my block you won't last, says a youngin' had to be gunning and you won't last. Don't show me a cannon, my reach too fast, don't think I wasn't. Got the rumor mill buzzing, my hootin' sent your cousin back to you with a concussion. Just cause my teeth is flashing, didn't think that I would blast him. Not unless he touched my faction, and we gotta get the mashing. A DE when we catch him, rest in pieces with they tagging. You never catch me bragging, that's the code I live by gladly. Protect me and my family, cause silence is a virtue. Then them boys, they come to hurt you, and who you gon' run to? They labeled you a cold blue, now your own family don't know you. Your neighborhood don't trust you, now see all the issues go through. Snitches get stitches, man, for running your mouth. It's my block, not the corner, not the wire, where the cops cocking fire. Ain't no way to get you higher, it's my block.
Now let me take it elementary school. The man has to step up and take his full responsibility back into the community. Your OGs, I need the OGs to be real OGs, man, and let the young ones know that it's not about banging that gun. It's not about killing, but you know, teach them, man. Look, go to school, get an education.
We out that mall, and it's simple and plain. Lane that we headed to.